Today, we're going to be talking about the top 10 things we expect from the Friends reunion. Friends is one of the most successful and last of the golden era of broadcasting television. Having aired from 1994 to 2004, the show garnered followers from many generations. And even now, if you have any kind of television subscription, there's a good chance that you have watched Friends at some point or the other. Ironically, due to continuous streaming, the show has garnered even more fans along the years after its end. However, the demand for a reunion was not only from the show's original followers. It was also from the later generations who were excited to see the cast together again, and not just on reruns. Make sure you stay until number 1, as you don't want to miss the most awaited reunion in television history. In this exclusive, we have everything that the beloved fans of the show can expect. So, let's begin. Before we go any further, remember to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content. Let's carry on. Number 10, the one where they get back together. All the 6 original main cast members, Jennifer Aniston, who played the fashionista Rachel Green, Courtney Cox played the hen mother Monica Geller, Lisa Kudrow as the quirky Phoebe Buffet, David Schwimmer, who played the geeky Ross Geller, Matthew Perry as the funny and sarcastic Chandler Bing, and Matt LeBlanc, who played the foodie womanizer Joey Tribbiani, are part of the special. However, they will appear as themselves and not as their characters, because this special is not a Friends episode. They will be seen visiting the set, sharing behind-the-scenes images, and even have special guests as well. Series creator David Crane and Marta Kaufman will also join the actors. Number 9, Superfans. The other celebrities on the guest list include David Beckham, Justin Bieber, BTS, James Corden, Cindy Crawford, Cara Delevingne, Lady Gaga, Kit Harington, Mindy Kaling, Thomas Lennon, and Malala Yousafzai. David, Justin, BTS, and Lady Gaga are self-confessed Friends superfans, and we're only too happy to be invited by Warner Brothers for the reunion. We can only hope that their heads must be buzzing with a zillion questions to ask their favorite show characters. Number 8, The $1 Million Club. Their bond continues to be a profitable one. During the first season, all the cast earned $22,500 per episode. During the second season, this range was between $20,000 to $40,000. But in a move that held them together for the longevity of the show, the cast decided to enter a collective deal for the third, and negotiated $75,000, the salary of the least paid cast member. This was even after Warner Brothers' preference for individual deals. By the time the show was coming to an end after a decade-long 236-episode run, all the ensemble cast from Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer were raking in $1 million each per episode. And in a sign of the show's enduring appeal, the gang are reportedly pocketing $2.5 million each for the reunion. Number 7, Long Overdue. Friends is probably among the only show or movie in the world to have such an enduring call for a reunion. This is also considering the show ended in another generation, and has comfortably transgressed into the next, with many younger fans even today. Banking on this nostalgia, parent company Warner Media Entertainment originally planned the unscripted special as a blockbuster way to launch its HBO Max streaming service in 2020, but filming was delayed due to the pandemic, and the company not opting for a virtual meetup, with producers determined to bring the gang back together in person to iconic sets like the Central Perk Cafe at the show's original studio outside Los Angeles. We wanted to do it a year ago, give back to everyone, to all the fans, especially in the dark times we were all experiencing. Hopefully, a year later, people will still enjoy it, said Schwimmer in a recent interview. Number 6, Answering Critics. Even though praised as one of the first true ensemble cast shows, and its portrayal of an urban life revolving around coffee houses and the struggles of the working class, the show has had its critics over the years. One of the long-drawn criticisms was the show's overall lack of racial diversity, which was slammed by some critics even during its run. Many critics have also observed the absurdity of the New York City the characters inhabit, from the luxurious apartments they could never afford to the overwhelmingly white milieu they live and work in. But that is how sitcom storylines are drawn, traditionally reassuring. And storylines now seen as fat-shaming about a young Monica or the transphobic Mr. Bing, Chandler's father, have also been called out, particularly by the recent crop of fans. This can also be justified to a cultural shift in perceptions of the 21st century. This also vouches for the popularity and relevance of the show almost 2 decades after its finale. It will be interesting to see how the cast and makers handle these criticisms head-on during the reunion. Number 5. A family. From coming together for collective negotiations on payroll, the ensemble cast had, during the course of the show, accommodated each other till the end. Even when the producers were encouraging towards preferential treatment to drive competition, better performances, and easy replacements, the cast held their own. This showed how much they valued each other, and perhaps this is what translated into the success of the show and its enduring fanbase. All the 6 cast members have been in constant touch over the years and have been the best of friends, most notably Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, who is godmother to the latter's daughter. They've come together and been supportive of Matthew Perry's troubles, and it is interesting to note that in 1994, when the show opened, none of the 6 were established stars, and only Jennifer Aniston had tasted some success. Though they had gaps to keep their ensemble format, they entered themselves in the same categories at award shows, hence not allowing any one member to dominate the others. It's going to be interesting to see that now since they've made successful careers after the show. Number 4. Back to where they started. British comic James Corden will host the reunion, interviewing the cast in front of the giant fountain of the sprawling Warner Brothers ranch used in the show's famous opening credits. The shooting was done at the show's original soundstage, Stage 24, on the Warner Brothers studio lot in Burbank, California. Some leaked set photos suggest that the special is set in Rachel and Monica's New York apartment, as well as the character's favorite cafe, Central Perk. On May 13th, all 6 main cast members posted a teaser of the special titled Friends the Reunion, an episode named The One Where They Get Back Together, on their social media. The impact of the show is so dominating that psychologists have proved cultural impact of the show. From Rachel's hairstyle, Joey's pickup line, and Chandler's unfinished sentences for sarcasm have each influenced speech, especially in the foreign cultures where many have agreed that the show helped them learn English. Number 3. The recurring cast. The reunion is not only for the ensemble cast. It's being reported that Warner Brothers contacted the hundreds of guest stars from famous movie celebrities like Brad Pitt and George Clooney, who also appeared in the show, to join the reunion. But the focus was the recurring cast members to make the reunion special. Some of them who will be joining the reunion are Tom Selleck, who played Dr. Richard Berg, close family friend of the Gellers, and Monica's boyfriend. Who can forget Maggie Wheeler as the perennially shocked Janice, whose dating history with Chandler played its part right till the end of the final season. Also meets the cast. James Michael Tyler's Gunther, who was secretly and profoundly in love with Rachel throughout the entire series, and he gets in to meet Rachel again. Now we are surprised to find this next couple on the list. Elliot Gould and Christina Pickles, who played Jack and Judy Geller in The Overbearing Parents of Monica and Ross, considering how old they might be 17 years after the show ended, but it's confirmed that they are also making an appearance. Reese Witherspoon as Rachel's sister, Jill, was the only other green to make it to this reunion. And last but not least, Mr. Heckles, the annoying neighbor of the Monica and Rachel, also meets his neighbors once again. Number 2. They missed out. While the creators and Warner tried their best to accommodate everyone on the reunion episode, a few notable characters did not make it through. Among them was Paul Rudd, who played Michael Hannigan, husband of Phoebe. Also missing people are Cole and Dylan Sprouse, the twins who played Ross' son, Ben. Director Ben Winston agreed that the makers could not have adjusted hundreds of amazing people who were part of the show throughout the 10 years of its running. Another 50 other stars, from Bruce Willis to Robin Williams and Winona Ryder to Julia Roberts, appeared on the show at some point or the other, sometimes for single episodes or even extended roles. This was bound to happen as the reunion episode was only about an hour and 45 minutes, as it was mostly to be focused around the leading cast of the show who recollected their personal stories and anecdotes from the shooting. Ben also said that some invites were sent to people who could not make it, saying it was a complicated time to make television because of the pandemic. Also, there are travel restrictions, quarantine, and other protocols like social distancing. The return to the apartment for the reunion should answer that. What happened to Joey? Of all the characters, Joey is the only single one when the show ends. He is also the only one living next door, so maybe he can at least answer the second question. Though it is interesting to note that of the entire ensemble cast, Joey is the only one who got a spin-off show with the same name. The spin-off also never answered the question of moving on, neither do the other reprise their role in it. That's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.